Coming up tonight, no quick fix. Singapore's health minister says it may not be possible to vaccinate everyone against Covid-19.
Lights out, away we go. Formula One returns to Singapore next year.
And circuit breaker, COVID or mask, what is your word of the year? This is the Straits Times Newsnight. I'm Dylan Ang. Now, good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. While we all wait for a COVID-19 vaccine to become available, a dose of reality: not everyone in Singapore will be vaccinated. Here's Health Minister Gan Kim Yong.
Even with the availability of vaccine, we probably will not be able to vaccinate or do not intend to vaccinate the entire population, depending on the nature of the vaccine. And even if we were to vaccinate the entire population, it will take time to do so.
The latest update today by the Covid-19 task force.
Singapore is in discussions with a number of drug companies, including Pfizer, and will rely on multiple vaccines, not just a single one. In the race for a COVID-19 vaccine, Singapore could have one by early next year. The first shipments of the vaccine, co-developed by Duke and US, are expected in the first quarter. Until then, we have Phase 3 to look forward to. But when exactly will Singapore move into Phase 3? The task force is still keeping everyone guessing.
As I said, if all the stars are aligned previously, we might be able to enter Phase 3 before the end of the year. Right? There's still some time before the end of the year. I do not know whether all the stars can be aligned, but we continue to monitor and we will give you updates if so.
Great news for Formula One fans. The Singapore Grand Prix is slated to return in 2021. Cancelled this year due to the pandemic, the Marina Bay circuit is set to once again be filled with the buzz of the calendar's only Southeast Asian race from October 1st to 3rd. New inclusions next year include the Netherlands and Saudi Arabia races, but Vietnam miss out. The race in Hanoi has been dropped from the provisional calendar, raising doubts that it will ever take place. An update on the COVID-19 situation here. 9 new cases confirmed today, among them 1 infection in the community and 1 from a workers' dormitory. The remaining 7 were imported and had been placed on stay-home notice upon arrival in Singapore. Australia is considering opening its borders to Asian countries, including Singapore. Prime Minister Scott Morrison said besides Singapore, Australia may allow travellers from low-risk places such as Taiwan, Japan and certain provinces in China. It comes as Australia has gone 3 days without any local COVID-19 cases. Shell Singapore will cut about 40% of its employees as it looks to transition from crude oil to a low-carbon slate of fuels. The 1,300-strong Pulau Bukom workforce will be cut to 1,100 next year and downsized further to 800 after that. Shell Employees Union said it will spare no effort in helping staff cope with the changes. Other parts of Shell's business, such as the chemical plant in Jurong, will remain unaffected by the restructuring. Let's take a look at what's been trending on social media and sparking conversations today. As physical isolation from the world looks unlikely to change anytime soon, the latest installation at the Gardens by the Bay hopes to connect the world virtually. The Gardens will be hosting one of multiple Dandelion installations, which are part of artist Ryotaro Muramatsu's global art initiative. Dandelion is an interactive artwork that mimics the experience of making a wish on a dandelion. People can make a wish by scanning a QR code and pointing their phones at a sensor, which triggers the scattering of dandelion fluff. The installation at Gardens by the Bay will interact in real time with similar installations set up in multiple locations in Japan, as well as on an online platform. The latest fast food joint to hop on the meatless bandwagon, McDonald's launches the McPlant, but it's unclear if this meat-free treat will be coming to our sunny shores next year. McDonald's told investors it was also considering plant-based substitutes for chicken products and for its egg and bacon breakfast sandwiches. The Golden Arches is playing catch-up with rival Burger King, which was the first to launch a vegetarian version of its iconic Whopper burger last year. Here's a word you probably use more times this year than you can count. Lockdown has been declared the word of the year by Collins Dictionary after a sharp rise in its usage during the pandemic. Other words in the running included self-isolate and social distancing. Now, we did a poll earlier today, and here are the words you chose to best represent 2020 in the form of a word cloud. Seems like circuit breaker was the top choice. Now let us know what your word of the year is in the comments section below. Now, before we go on a shopping spree of our own, Singles Day in Singapore last year saw online retail sales increasing by 477%, according to data from Criteo, and this upward trajectory looks like it will continue. Experts predict tomorrow's 11/11 online sales look set to hit a record high, with many turning to online shopping in light of Covid-19. Even many department stores and other brick-and-mortar shops here are riding the online shopping wave. And that wraps up the Straits Times Newsnight. Do visit straitstimes.com to see more news and videos. Now you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the button below. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow.